Hi everyone, how are you doing? I have my little jingle. I kind of like it. Like the music, I could just ding, ding. So, welcome everyone to our wonderful weekly talk activation. I call it the Multi-Dimensional Lightworker Show because it is also a moment where all light workers and star seeds and intuitives of the planet, I wish, of the planet can meet, can join, and learn and uncover things about themselves, about their mission. But today we're really focusing on mapping, or at least knowing and remembering how to map your own intuitive power acceleration. Because, I mean, you're an intuitive, you are a light worker. You will express your intuitive gifts regardless of the fact we might do it together, regardless of the fact that you might even focus on it or not. But because life is accelerating in its own process of shifts, I mean, politically, socially, things are quite moving quite quickly. So why not you jump on the train of this accelerated movement of shifts? I know some shifts are great, some shifts are a little bit darker, but it is moving, it is shifting. So you're just invited to embark on this beautiful journey of quick activations, of quick, upgrades, and it is important for you to just jump on board. Again, if you want to feel happy with the mission you are choosing for yourself, or you feel your mission is, then of course, jump on board the beautiful train of life experience. So today it's all about mapping out your intuitive power acceleration. We'll talk about it at first. I have a few points I want to share with you, and we'll follow an 8 minute or so activation. So hello everyone. I see Giselle here. I see MJ. I see Heather. Some of you are already on the StreamYard link. The ideal is to have two windows open, the Facebook and the StreamYard, sorry. So I see Ages here. Yes, Giselle, let me know who's there, by the way. Sometimes I just see a number, but I don't always see who's there. So yeah, today we will talk about the different obstacles and opportunities as a light worker to expand rapidly who you're meant to be. But again, we'll follow a one personal channeled activation. So it's always regarding the same topic. We really want to work on mapping out for yourself your next steps. And it's here, wonderful. Yes, Giselle says, happy to see everyone. I'm so happy too. That's wonderful. So, um, let me know if you have questions along the way. I will read them, whether you watch this live or as a replay. I will always come back and answer your questions. So, if you're joining for the first time, as I am live on different platforms, definitely my personal page, the Natalie Restored Lightworker Mentor page, and in the group and on YouTube. So the ideal for you guys is to join the group. I will post or just let me just there join the group. I'm way more often present in the group. Every week in the group we have activations, or we have posts, sorry, that I have channeled, and they're all activating. They will unlock something within you. So today's exceptional. I have, because I thought the topic was kind of highly potent and highly activating, I thought that probably everyone I connect with on social media, except Instagram. Unfortunately, I'll just, probably add it on later, but everyone should be aware of that. But every week in the group, we have those connections, we have those activations. So that's why it's free. So please feel free to join. So let me read your comments, guys. Yes, some cannot comment yet, depending on the platform. I'm sorry, I'm going through StreamYard, so depending on the platform or whatever device you're using, yeah, it is possible that you guys cannot comment. Kara's here. Wonderful. So let's go. Let's go and do it. And again, if ever you cannot comment now, I will find a way to just go back on Facebook and I will find your comments again. So what we'll do, I will chat. I will just follow with a group activation, which just to help us set in to calm our earth selves. And while we're relaxing, I'll just scroll and see who's on the StreamYard link. I can see some people have already joined. I can see some windows are open. So if you want, remember, go back to the link I posted, or can I just post it for you here? Let me see. I probably also could post it on the screen, but I know I did post it in the description as well. So this is the link. You need to copy in and open in another window to be able to be chosen. So let's do it. So who's clear around or about their life mission right now? Who's clear about that? Who can say, this is what I do. I'm working with animals. I know the beautiful Kara's there. I'm working with kids. I'm working with women. Who's very clear how they're using their powers? Are you a channeler? Are you a teacher? Are you a tarot reader? Are you a healing energy healer? Are you everything in all of this? Who's already clear about that? Again, there's no right or wrong. And you could be actually just adding all those different gifts to your offerings. Yes, Giselle says, I'm clear. Maritza says, yes, I'm clear. Wonderful. Again, it's not a contest because I do feel that you will develop more of those abilities. I mean, I used to call myself differently before. And I was just a hypnotist. Then I said, okay, I'm going to try the notion of channeler or intuitive hypnotist. Eventually, you will just you will definitely unlock more of this. But it's just to see in what kind of vibration you're in right now. I'm sorry, I'm just checking your messages. Some people are answering the private chat. So some says, MJ says, I know my mission or parts of it. I'm just unlocking how to get there. Yeah, totally. That's another thing here. All right, so let's talk about how to map your acceleration into the expression of your intuitive powers. So intuitive powers, what it is, or what are they? It's just you remembering who you are divinely. So if you feel, knowingly or not, consciously or not, that you are highly sensitive, that you're potentially a light worker, a starseed, an intuitive, a healer, even if you're not doing it right now, if you're not practicing it, even if you're not sharing your gifts, even if you are not even sure yet how to use your gift, just the fact that you know that potentially something is emerging within you is already activating you. I call that the igniter element. I have my little notes not too far from me because I want to make sure I don't forget anything, but that is the igniter element. Knowing that this reality right now cannot be the only thing. I sense, I have dreams, I have visions, have goals, I can make a difference. I just don't know how yet. But I know that is the igniter that sets you in our family. Not that we're better than anyone else. I mean, everybody has access to those powers, those abilities. The difference between everyone else and the light workers and the starseeds and the healers, they know something is different. They know abilities are accessible. They just need to find their way to get there. So the obstacles, there could be many obstacles. I will read them because I thought of a name for each one just to help you remember them. And eventually, if you want to take notes of these ones, that would be wonderful. But obstacles, the dreamer effect, your channelings and other people's channelings are making you feel so so relaxed, so admirative, so inspired. You love when a channeler talks about another planet, another civilization, another vision, another landscape somewhere where humans used to be happy, or when humans were not even humans, or where life on other planets was so beautiful. How many of us love this, love to hear about those channelings? First of all, it helps you connect to other realities, so that is wonderful. But the dreamer effect starts to be an obstacle if you stay in it for too long, meaning that it becomes an addiction. You need to listen to those channelings regularly because it gets you out of your everyday life. It gets you out from, everything that you feel is heavy, everything that you feel is hard in your everyday life. So again, make sure that you listen to those channelings as a way to activate you, but not as a way of compensating a reality you might find heavy. So that is an obstacle. Again, what I call the dreamer effect. The person who believes that, yeah, I love those channelings. I love when they channel this. Oh, I love to connect to Archangel Michael. His energy is great. And then you disconnect and you realize, yeah, it's heavy. Life is difficult. And then it's an escape at one point. So, first obstacle. The second one, past civilization nostalgia. That's what I call. I'm sorry, I have some dust here. So, past civilization nostalgia. We're talking about ancient Egypt. We're talking about Lemuria. We're talking about Atlantis. Again, it could be your own channelings, or it could be somebody else's channelings, or even a book. So many have described the civilizations where we were blending most of the time, uh, very efficiently, the third dimensional reality, or the fourth or the fifth, depending on which civilization we're talking about. And the human aspect, it seemed at this time that things were easier. It seemed at this time that nature and human desires were blending so well. So that's what I call the old or ancient civilization nostalgia. Those channelings, those books, those visions you have of those times where it was better. Actually, there's always a lot of times that are being repeated over and over. So Lemuria is with us, ancient Egypt is with us, Atlantis is with us. We're just repeating some cycles, we're just dealing with it differently. So get out of that nostalgia. Again, learn, activate yourself this way, but disconnect. Not disconnect, but at least remember that this reality is the one we're working with. So another obstacle, the apparent disconnection between the third and fifth dimension. So we have a feeling that because now we're talking and then channeling is another state of being, that these are two different aspects, they're separated. Well, the goal is to really merge. Most of us are in the fourth dimension right now, which is a little bit of the third, a little bit of the fifth. The fifth is like complete beautiful, combination of both aspects. You're not struggling as much with the third dimensional reality. You can just be a human being and being completely always connected to the other realm. You can easily switch from one to another. Most of us are still in the fourth dimension, and most of the population are still in the third dimension. It's not their full fault most of the time, because life is a struggle for a lot of them. So it's the idea or the concept that it's separated. If you think the third, the fourth, the fifth, and on and lower are separated, then you will always feel that you're traveling from one to another, that you're not living in a dimension that allows you to just say, I feel my fifth dimensional guides, my higher self, they're here, they're always here. So the apparent disconnection, division, that is also an obstacle from you to continuously receive upgrades. Another obstacle, what I called the sovereign and subject programming. So that is more around the earth life, I should say, or the human life. It's believing that some of you know better. They are leaders. They built a system and you need to follow. That's the sovereign. And the other ones are the subjects, the followers, the citizens. They're in the system. They cannot take control of their destiny. Eventually, something in the system, either a leader, either some rules, some regulations have been established, and it will diminish your ability to connect to higher realms. It will keep you into a lower vibration. So that is another programming that you need to dissolve. It's time to remember that we're all sovereign. So it is the way our systems are working. There's always a leader, somebody who seems to know better and is telling everyone else how to do it. I know that the power can be shared, but we understand that sometimes we feel powerless because the system is done this way. When you're dealing with your own power, you don't have to go through the system. So it's time to deprogram, to let go, to dissolve this programming. All right, now steps to accelerate your intuitive growth. I will read them, okay? Remember your divine aspect. You need to remember. You need to remember that you are divine, that God, source, Buddha. Buddha is more a being, or a philosopher or a philosophy. If we're talking about Buddhism, but whatever we connect to God, call God energy. Remember that it has made us with the same kind of love. So you have to remember every day that you're connected to this. You have to remember every day that an aspect of you is divine, even if sometimes you doubt. Another step to accelerate your intuitive growth: strengthen your connection with your higher self. That is my core, basic, foundational step when I work with people. If you do not trust the fact that there's an aspect of you vibrating at a higher frequency that knows exactly why you're here, what are your next ideal steps, what you need to clear, and that you can communicate with it every day, all the time, 24 hours a day, it's working for you all the time. If you do not chat with that aspect of yourself every day, or you don't even believe you access to it, that will definitely slow down your awakening process. This is the first thing before trying to talk to angels, archangels, and other aspects of, or other beings. Focus on your higher self. This is the primary thing to do. Plan daily to play with your intuitive powers. Whether you feel you are working in that field, whether you feel that your power or have been activated fully, doesn't matter. Every day, wake up with the notion that an aspect of you is connected to the divine, to source, to higher vibration or vibrations, and ask, what am I supposed to do today? Send me a message, send me some guidance. Talk and receive. The more you talk, the more you receive. That's how it works. The more you interact with the other side, the more you can actually receive. It's like, again, it's like a funnel. It's like a door. If you keep the door slightly open, wide, not much information can come through. So every day, make sure you interact with the higher spheres. Another step to accelerate your intuitive growth: ask for support. I mean, you have to eventually ask for help, to communicate. It can be a support from this life. It can be support from a higher realm, higher dimension. But it's hard to be on your own. It's really hard. That's what I went through. I actually had a mentor. That mentor, it's true, I was extremely independent. So it's not a mentor I used to see every day, but at least I belonged to a healing group and we would meet every week. Just belonging to a group of, like I love to say, like-hearted people, that helped me to remember, even if life is hard, if your body's aching, if you have issues with your family or you're dealing with fears or whatever, there's that moment, that once, twice a week, where you can talk about those magical things and nobody will judge you. And there's somebody there in that group, in whatever community you decide to connect with, that knows a little bit more than you. They can take you by the hand because they know exactly where you're at and where they can take you. That will accelerate the process. You do not need to do everything on your own. Everybody will help somebody eventually to accelerate their process. The same way that I'm pretty sure you're talking to people, and when they hear you, when you interact with them, they're like, oh my God, that shifted something within me. So remember, ask for support and you will be that support to somebody else eventually. And many people, I pretty know that. Okay, be creative and adventurous. Yes, be creative. Do not be scared. If you feel a hunch, if you feel, again, I sometimes I repeat myself in terms of tools to use, but we forget them. We forget that if you feel called to play a certain instrument, to paint, to use those colors, to dress differently, to connect to a different archangel, to remodel the way you do things, just go with it. The more you are becoming adventurous and creative, the more your higher self and your star team will chat with you and will tell you, will help you receive more information, because they'll realize that, oh my God, she or he's ready to do the work, to be out there experimenting new things, new powers, their own new powers. So we can send her more. We can just send her more information. So be adventurous. You're safe. Nothing bad can happen. You will always be surrounded. Ask for support from your higher self. That is why it is so important to work with your higher self at first, because whenever it's time to expand your intuitive abilities, then you know that higher aspect of you will clear all the lower dense energies and entities that have nothing to do with the power you're here to express. And in the action. Be in the action. So important. Again, if you receive visions, if you hear about other people's channelings and visions, and just don't stay in that realm of that dreamland of that seems to be beautiful, let's have an activation, and you receive a message during the activation and then bang, you just disconnect from the activation, the channeler, the teacher, or your own channelings, your own visions, and you go back doing the same things, talking, communicating to people the same way, and not even really programming your intuitive schedule in a different way. You're invited to all the time renew all this, be in the action. Now, I'm reading my notes, the energetic importance of sharing your gifts. So you may now not be fully aware of the fact that maybe there's a mission. Maybe there's a mission for you out there and you're supposed to help people. Maybe you're just working on yourself now. But the importance to share your light, whatever it is, through your job, through your hobby, through you being you, is important. Why? Because by you being you and talking about your gifts and being adventurous and telling the world, this is what I do, this is how I do it, you don't understand me, let me tell you, let me explain, sample it, let me show you a demonstration, or come work with me, whatever you do. Again, if you do not share it, it will be hard to receive upgrades. Upgrades are just your higher self and your star team looking at you, observing, and definitely realizing that you're ready for a change. You're ready for more information. You're ready for more gifts, or at least a new way of receiving gifts. I do receive that. I would say every month there's something shifting in me, because I'm out there doing the thing. Maybe for you it's the same, maybe it's more frequent. We all have our own pace. But again, sharing your light has a clear correlation, a clear connection with the frequency of the upgrades you're receiving. The importance of sharing your gifts, self-confidence increase. I mean, if you are starting to receive visions and you're starting to be able to see, let's say, a person's path, like light worker mission, whatever you are able to do, you will realize that people are totally in tune with what you receive. They feel shifted, they feel changed, they feel upgraded, they feel you have actually changed something in them. And of course, the more you do it, the more you receive their feedback. So that not only builds your confidence, but it's also strengthening your ability to do it quicker every time, to fine tune your own abilities. So being out there sharing your light is also helping you trust that what you're doing is really making a difference. The importance of sharing your gifts. It allows you to always do resets. Every time I connect with you, with my clients, one-on-one or in a group setting, I receive an upgrade. It might not be my clients' upgrades. It might not be because the same activation, like right now, I'm really focusing on a membership I have. There's 2 new activations per month, plus there's at least 15 activations they can go to. Every time I record that for them, there's a specific topic for them, and each one of them receives an upgrade. My upgrade might be totally different, but every time I feel like, oh, something is happening. So not only am I in service to others, but I am of service to myself. I am actually upgrading myself. It's part of my mission. So there's nobody owes nothing to anyone. We're making an agreement. When I channel, I help you. And in return, the whole vortex helps me. So again, the importance of sharing your life or your light and your gifts. Karmic evolution. You definitely have a few things to clear. You probably have fears that have been programmed in this life. Hello, Angel. You probably have fears from different past lives. Light workers, healers, how many times have we been rejected? I know you probably heard that many times where you have been in a past life and it didn't end very well. So, of course, it's somewhere in your energy field and it's probably still stopping you. But the more you're out there sharing your gifts, working with them, the quicker and the more permanent you are dissolving those karmic bonds, those karmic entanglements with past lives. I was scared of sharing my light before my family, the society I was in, the community was even imprinting anything in me. I know that. I remember very young, I was scared. I knew I was different. I was 3, 4, 5. I don't remember. I knew I was already different. So I was scared to be out there. So that is not coming from my parents. It may, but definitely not the intuitive aspect. Sorry, not definitely the intuitive aspect of me. That came definitely from a past life. So the more you share your light, the more you dissolve all those intuitive, not intuitive, but all those old karmic entanglements. I need to drink. I was talking too fast. I was excited. Planetary awakening. When you're sharing your light, you're helping your community, you're helping your planet grow. I mean, this is also the mission of a light worker, is really to help society grow. You're showing a very unique example of what it means to be an intuitive human being. So you're a light worker because you are working with the light and you're showing people how it is when you are close to your divine self, to your intuitive self. So you're still a pioneer for many, but you being you, unlocking people's gifts will eventually help them use their own gifts and it will become a ripple effect. So sharing your light, sharing your gifts is also helping our planet expand. And that is part of the mission. And of course, probably one of the most important thing in our third dimensional reality, it's access to abundance. Access to abundance is abundance of love, abundance of financial resources, abundance of connection with others, abundance of health. Abundance is just access to, it's knowing there's enough for everyone. So when you share your light, you are telling the universe, I hear you. I remember my mission. I connect with my higher self. So bring the new guidance, bring the new details about what I'm supposed to be doing. I promise I will follow the guidance you are giving me. And suddenly you are opening the multi-dimensional doors. So what used to be a block for you, let's say around money, what used to be like a block, oh yeah, if I'm just, if I'm just a light worker sharing my gift as a healer, am I really going to make a living out of this? Am I really going to be able to heal myself, to help others? All those blocks that are maybe still in your field right now, when you share your gift, when you share your life, you are rebooting yourself energetically, and you are also dissolving old programs about and beliefs about what you can do. So suddenly, when I say you're opening multidimensional doors, you suddenly see opportunities where you used to see blocks before. So, and that's the key thing, because abundance, meaning feeling at ease with what you do and what life has to give you to flow easily into your life. If you still are struggling, then of course you will stumble, you won't flow as easily into your life. But the more you're true to what you sense is your nature, your authentic nature, then again, you're starting to see opportunities to be yourself, to talk about what you do. People will come to you. So, abundance is to make our third dimensional reality as pleasant as possible. You cannot escape it. Do not believe that something is going to lift you as soon as you awaken, and that's it. You're right away in the 12th dimensional reality. Not until you have an incarnation here. So you need to work with your life for yourself, to grow, to help others, and to realize that there's a lot of things you do not see in this reality already, inaccessible to you right now. So I hope it did help, and feel free to review it. I do feel that that should be a whole, I think I'm giving myself some suggestions here, and tell me if you if you like it or not, but I feel that this should be like a 2-day challenge to see each one of them and see how we can unlock them, because it is important to go through all those steps. All right. Any questions, any comments before we start? Yes. MJ says such a great topic. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure each one of us do have some of those elements unanswered, and we need to look at that. But just knowing about that will activate you. Now, we will, I might just extend our communication to an extra 10 minutes right now, but we'll start with a group activation to help everything that was said today to be integrated with ease and flow, to make sure that somehow you wake up tomorrow or later today and you realize, oh, she said that. Then it's like your mind is bringing back something to you. So that group activation will help you with this. And I will hopefully effortlessly flow into a private channel message for one of you. Now I have 4 people who have joined or have opened a window in the with the StreamYard link. I can post it again, but it is in the description and in the comment section. And whomever is there will be invited to be live. If your name is chosen, remember, you will be asked to chat with me. And I will channel some message around how to map out your ideal next steps. This is actually what I do when people chat with me. When they book a call with me, when they decide to chat with me, I ask them questions. I do ask them questions. The only portion is that I don't channel during the call, but I will ask all the questions. Well, you'll see how it goes. You'll see how fluidly it goes. All right, so let's do this, guys. I'm just checking all your comments there. So close your eyes right now. Take a deep breath in through the nose and breathe out until no more breath, like a big sigh of letting go. Beautiful. Deep inhale. White light. Very quickly, like Right now, we're connected to your higher self. You are connected to your higher self, to your star family. It looks like different light sources coming from different points in your vision. They're just bombarding you, bombarding you. This is what I see. They're just sending different streams of light from different points. It's just that right now the topic was so activating, and I realized I didn't have enough time. This content should be for like way more time, so I will come back with more. But just this, they're asking me, focus, guys, focus on your body and feel like, is your blood flowing a little bit faster? Do you feel warm? Do you feel that your mind is like trying to just record all that information? So right now, see the different lights coming to you from different sources, different colors. And they're all like coming to you, penetrating your awareness field, entering your skin, entering your whole being. And they're just anchoring different notions of what was shared today. They're just anchoring different information that was relevant for you right now. So I will choose a person right now. And remember, if your name is not chosen, no worries, no worries. You will get something from there. So let me see. Heather F. Do you feel like joining the party? Yeah, I can see a smile. So I will simply ask you to, I will invite you to join in video. Yes, how are you doing? Let me see if
I'm
I
good.
can.
How are you?
Oh, good. I hear you. Good, good. I'll just remove that big banner below us. We don't need that. All right. Guys, if ever you want to have that kind of chat with me, the chat I will have with Heather, all you have to do is to book a call with me. The only thing that we won't have during the call is the channeling aspect. But beautiful Heather, tell me, what are your intuitive powers? Are you using some, or do you feel that some need to come through? Or how do you feel when we talk about intuitive powers?
Um, I feel like I'm not very comfortable with them yet. I don't really know. Sometimes I question whether it's intuitive or just random.
Okay.
So
Totally. And when they come to you, regardless of the fact are they real or not real, we'll let our conscious mind, deal with that a little bit later. But how do they come to you? Like what source? What kind of, is it more visions? Is it sound? Is it a sense of knowing? Or do you feel, or is it just a gut feeling? How do they come to
it's
you?
it's a pretty strong gut feeling. I mean, like recently I was able to determine that when it is intuitive, it is definitely like centered in my gut.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but I'm still not quite sure like how to use it regularly.
Okay. Okay. So we're talking, do you have some kind of process? Do you contact, I mean, how do you feel? Actually, I tell that to everyone. Is your connection with your higher self solid? Or at least I shouldn't say solid, but do you chat
It's
with your
how
higher self every day?
I don't chat every day, but I do have conversations on a semi-regular basis, we'll put it that way, where I
Okay.
feel like I'm
Okay.
being counseled.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's good. That's good. So if you, by doing so, everything that is coming through you will be a lot clearer. So I guess for you right now would be just to learn to trust, definitely
Yeah.
learn to trust what's coming through. So we can, for you right now, when we don't trust, it's just to be in a vortex. It's just to be in a place, whether it's a real place, whether it's a place in your mind, whether it's a schedule or it's some kind of process you do every day. Consistency at this point will be the way your higher self will know that every day I know I can talk to her this way. So
Okay.
eventually at the beginning, you might realize that you said it's more my gut, or it's more probably the solar plexus area. You feel this is how you feel. There's a hunch, there's a connection there. But eventually it will talk to you through visions or sense. For some reason, I sense that there's a lot of a claircognizance in you, like as an ability, a sense that you know, a
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
That's what I sense that is coming through. Okay, we will
I feel
channel
like I'm
that. So don't
crazy
worry.
sometimes.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said I feel like I'm crazy sometimes. I'll tell my husband, and he'll be like, "Okay."
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, so
Yeah, and it is normal. It is totally normal. People, and we that is so important to connect also with like-minded people or like-hearted people, because when you'll talk about your experimentations or your experiences, they'll understand. They won't judge you, or at least they won't have question marks in their eyes making you doubt. Usually it's other people's
right,
question marks and doubts that are making you doubt, because within you already know the difference between your inner voice, the part of you that is always analyzing, checking things, and that intuitive aspect. So I'm pretty sure within you, you just need more confirmation, and probably you need external confirmation. But at this point, consistency and being regular around connecting, because as soon as your higher self knows that you're there every day asking, okay, today, is there anything I should know? Show it to me. And if it doesn't come naturally, make sure you enter a vortex where you can I shouldn't say accelerate, but your own vibration will match other vibrations that are at least yours or higher. Very important. If you always connect to lower, meaning people who are doubted or not even aware that that exists, it will bring you back down to an older version of who you were just a few days ago. Doesn't mean, or a few months ago, it doesn't mean that it stops your evolution. It's simply slowing it down. So for you, I think scheduling that time. For some reason, I do hear a lot of claircognizance for you. It's almost as if a lot of the information for you would come like, oh, I know, or I sense that that could be a reality. But we will chat with it. We will chat about that. So, I mean, if we had like 30 minutes to chat together, I would probably ask you a bit more questions about your goals. But do you feel you have a goal? I can still ask you this. Do you feel that even though you're still exploring your powers that are definitely there, quite present, do you feel that there's something bigger for you out there?
I do.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is.
But you
But yeah,
feel it. Yeah, you
yes,
feel it. When you feel it, as I said, that's the igniter element. That is that call. It's always pulling you to do more. And that is it's exactly what you need at this moment, to feel that if you do what you're being drawn to, you will move further. There's no specific school yet that is or that are teaching awakening light workers how to follow a step or a process that will really unlock them quickly. Maybe that's something I'm meant to be doing. I have no clue, but to my knowledge, there's not a full curriculum that will take you from A to Z. I shouldn't say that. I have a curriculum. Um, I have a 7-week curriculum that helps people really to unlock their powers and to feel abundant. But let's talk about the regular system, the regular school. There's no system like that. So it means you have to build your own process. You have to build your own teaching process. Sometimes it can come from one person or one source, and sometimes you just have to grab different things. So I think this is what is coming for you. So now I will invite you to close your eyes and again see all those lights all around you. Again, what is important is that whatever I share with you, Heather, you recreate in your own way. You make it yours.
okay.
Whatever I will describe, make it yours, even if it's slightly different, it doesn't matter. So feel light all around you. See light all around you. And feel that through this vision, your higher self is communicating with you. It's just one vision that allows you to dial the number Dial the number that will reach your higher self. It's just an image, it's just an analogy. All this is done within seconds. I will count from 1 to 10. And as I count from 1 to 10, we will get a really closer connection to your higher self. And the question to your higher self today is that, is there anything Heather needs to know to accelerate the expression of her intuitive powers, to make her understand what her mission is? And if there's anything she needs to unlock, anything she needs to work on to clear, because it creates a block, it creates an obstacle. So let's do this. I'm counting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's showing me as you appear to me on the screen. I think you're in your car, but I see you in your car looking out to your left in the sky. So imagine this is what you're doing. There's an energy coming from up above. Now it looks like light, just a beam of light, somewhere between baby blue color and white and a little bit of yellow. It's coming to you and it's putting you, whether you're conscious of it or not, in a state of deep trance, of deep relaxation. So maybe you've never seen it before. Maybe you just sensed it, or maybe you saw it. But this light comes to you when it shows that you're a dreamer. It shows that you like to just daydream. It shows that you like to just feel the breeze on your skin. You love to trigger your senses in a way that it makes you feel connected to your higher self or higher reality. So know that when you do this, when you are in a dreamy state, while awake though, that connection with your higher self and one specific being, I will wait for the name if ever it comes through, but it's coming to you. It waits for you to be in that state to communicate with you. So it's pretty much telling me that if you want to reinforce your ability to receive more guidance, I've lost Heather. I'll just make her
I'm
come
back.
back in. Yes. If ever, it's really showing me that if ever you really want to solidify this ability to receive guidance, you need to take time for yourself. I see you alone, so that might be a solution, to really step out and just be alone. And yes, it could be in your car, it could be anywhere, but connect to the outside, to take yourself in a relaxing state and visualize that, again, blue, white, yellow light coming to you from up above. And that, it's funny because it's showing me Alice in Wonderland. This is just an analogy, but it's showing me that you're really ready to go a lot faster. But there's a need of a process. There's a need of a regular process. Right now, you cannot go faster until every day you disconnect yourself from your everyday reality, your chores, your mundane activities, and you're outside just taking in whatever you need to take in. As I said, fresh air, by the ocean, wherever you are, wherever you need to go, and simply take that energy, take in that energy. And when you do this, this is where you will receive a lot of visions. This is where you will receive a lot of indications. Right now, your higher self is telling me it's way, way too soon for you to know more about your life mission. There's a lot of inner work to do. And the inner work is to every day make sure you meet your higher self. And again, the vision of the light coming to you. But physically, you need to put yourself in a location, in a place where you where you can physically relax. If not, and you have a clear aptitude to relax, you can do that very easily if you put yourself, it's not really isolating yourself, but it's just to be alone for a while. If you do that, it's really showing me that they're telling me if you do that every day, possibly at least twice a day, for 10 minutes every time, in 2 weeks, they say come back and tell Natalie how much more you will have attained, how much more you will be able to download for yourself. So I know I've lost you, Heather, but I know you'll watch this later. um, that is what you need to do. This is really what you need to do. So I know, Heather, you probably didn't hear everything, but it doesn't matter, you'll replay it. I will
Okay.
just disconnect, thanking your higher self right now. Um, thank you, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
what is done, and what remains done will continue to evolve. Beautiful. Thank you so much. So everyone, you
No,
can
thank
open your
you.
eyes. Thank you so much. So I don't know if you could still hear when you were not on screen or not. If did you hear a little bit though?
I heard a little bit. My phone is overheating, so that's why it keeps closing
Mm.
out.
Okay, no, so I do invite you and come back. Okay, obviously you can replay it from the Facebook group. There's really a process you're invited to use, and they're saying that if you're doing that twice a day, an average of, she's gone again, an average of what, 10 minutes twice a day, within 2 weeks, you will find a difference, and your channeling abilities will have definitely improved. So I can hardly wait to see that. So it's a little bit longer. It's my fault. I should have known that that topic was requiring a lot more. So if you guys want to map out your next awakening steps to become a clearer light worker, to become a clearer intuitive, I really do invite you to just book a call. The call itself is free. If you don't want to do the call and you prefer to just send me a DM via Messenger and email, no worries. The good thing about the call is that we can share a lot more within the conversation. Usually the conversations are around 30 minutes or so. Um, I'm not channeling during those calls, but I am intuitive. So I will definitely sense something, and I will ask you the exact same key questions. What gifts are you using? What do you sense your life mission is? You're not sure? These are the ideal steps for you. Um, you already know what you want to do. How can you do it? These are the ideal steps. You're already working full time as a light worker, as a healer. You sense something is coming ahead. How can we map out your next steps? How can we uncover your next steps? So whether at the end of that conversation in writing or through a live call, we decide we're fit and we want to work together, no worries. If we realize that, hey, we it's not a match right now, no worries. At least you will have some information. And if you do, and if we do feel we're a match together, then you'll see there are many ways to work with me at different budgets. There's group settings where we meet every week. There are group settings where we meet twice a month. There's also a one-on-one setting where we're together every week for 7 weeks. So there's actually so many different ways. So I do invite you to really chat with me, and all the list of the things I have done today, I will ask you around questions around that to make sure that I know as much as possible about you and I give you the right guidance. So it is right there on the screen. I can again post it here. Let me just add the link. The call itself is free, guys, totally free. And again, it's activating, so it means that just chatting with you will activate you, will take you to your next level. You'll know. And again, I hope we'll be a fit, and I know that most of the people here in my group are a fit. But if we're a fit, I'm telling you, there a way. You will find that out of all the different possible offerings and containers I share, as I said, there's one for you that fits your level of expression as an intuitive, whatever you need, and also your budget. and the time you have to dedicate to this work. Ah, that was great. Did you like it? I know it was a lot of work. I know it was a lot of work, or a lot of information. Lovely connection. Thank you so much. So thank you, Heather. If you watch this later, please, 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 just type. I would love to see. I would love to hear about you in the group, and definitely in person. If ever you want to send me a DM, I would love. That would be so important for me to know that you have listened to your message, because your message will really activate you. Until next week, and I know it's a bit longer. I should have known this one would be a lot longer, but until next week, I wish you a wonderful evening, a wonderful morning, wherever you are in the world. And until then, bye bye for now, and enjoy. Talk to your higher self. It's waiting for you. Bye bye, guys.